Well, hello again to all the boys and girls out there in YouTube land watching. John and Ellie of Georgia Beer Reviews back at you today with a special examination. I'm joined here by Mr. Bumpy Road Brewery, and we are looking at a collaboration beer, two different versions. So, Modest Man and Fidens did a collaboration. They created an IPA, double IPA, 8.5% alcohol called the Infamous. And I have the version that is brewed at the Modest Man Brewery, which is in Keene, New Hampshire, and Bumpy has the one from Fiden's, which I'm not sure where are they located, Bumpy.
They're out of New York. But it's Albany, New York.
Okay. And it says on the label, it says it's a collaboration of the Modest Man Mega and the Fiden's Eugene's Axe. So I guess they
Yeah.
combine those two beers.
They think they took at
Convey
least
them.
the hops and stuff like that and combined them because they used similar hops. Um, One that's added, I think, because it's based off Modest Man's Center of Attention Mega for the most part, which uses Citra Galaxy and Mosaic. And then
Okay.
there's strata hops in the Eugene's Axe. So this beer has Citra, Galaxy, Mosaic, and Strata. Now,
Okay.
something I just noticed because that one's called the Infamous. This one's called if I could speak, the Notorious.
Notorious. Okay. So, all right, I'll have to correct that
Yeah,
on the title after the show. But yeah, but it's supposed to be the same beer brewed by two different breweries, but they collaborated, and they've got a similar label as well. So the Infamous slash Notorious 8.5% double IPA. I've never had it. You, I think, have you had both versions already?
no, I've only had the one from Modest Man. This was actually given to me from the Packy. They couldn't sell it because we can't sell Fiden's beers in New Hampshire, so they got a hold of a few of them, and they were told just to give them out to patrons. So
Okay.
I got this for free.
Awesome.
The
Free is
thing I did
good.
notice, because if you look, it's just the center of attention Mega, the gas mask thing. But if you look
Uh-huh.
close into the eyes, that's where all the barbed wire is from the Eugene's axe. So it's in the ice
Oh,
of the
wow.
mask.
Okay.
So
Well,
yeah,
I updated the name, the Infamous slash the Notorious double IPA. There we go.
yeah,
Okay, and you gave me this can, which I really appreciate. I've been holding on to this for this exact moment to
yeah.
review it with you, and I'm pouring mine up now, as expected with Modest Man. Yeah, I mean it's like a juice bomb appearance wise. It looks like orange juice with a head,
Yes. Mine looks a little bit different. I do have a
a
different
little
shaped
lighter.
glass, but this is definitely this is that potato straw colored
Right.
beer.
Interesting. Yeah, mine is definitely more of a bright orange color.
Yeah. Yeah, this is just like murky hay juice. It's just it's that straw color that you'd probably find in like a lighter um, lager or something, but then it's super hazy, murky like. So yeah, it's got
Right.
that milky appearance.
Yeah, and the aroma on mine is very juice forward. A lot of the citrus coming through, some nice like tangerine.
Yeah, tangerine, pineapple,
Little
slight bit of
pineapple.
peach.
There's a little bit of a dankness on the nose with this one too.
Mm. Yeah, slightly and tail end dankness.
No alcohol presence. None of the Modest Men stuff has any alcohol presence on it. None of the stuff I've had. This is no exception.
I get some
Mm,
like candy. When you say the citrus, it's kind of like a candy citrus, like you mentioned tangerine and stuff too. So
like the little orange, little half orange with the crystallized
Yeah,
sugar on it.
it's got a sweetness to the nose,
It definitely
and it
does.
goes
Yeah,
right along
very,
with the citrus. So
yeah, very sweet, very nice. Yeah, I'm salivating here. First beer of the day. Had a long day at work, so let's get into it. Cheers.
cheers.
Oh my gosh, some of that candy tangerine type note is coming through right up front. It is almost candy like with the sweetness and the fruit forward presentation. And you do get a little bit of that pineapple after you get through the tangerine, but that citra hop note, the same, very similar to Most Beautifulest Thing in This World. That's all they use in the Most Beautifulest Thing in This World is that citra, getting a lot of the same characteristics on the palate with as with the Most Beautifulest Thing, and then a little bit of that tropical fruit too, the pineapple, and I think it's a little sweeter too than the Most Beautifulest Thing.
Yeah, I get some of the same similar notes up front. I do get like this the finish of it. It turns into this kind of grassy hay like flavor, most coming from the malt. I would say maybe some of the grassiness could be coming from the hops. Um, yeah, there's like a lot of like wheat stuff in mine, anyways. Mine looks totally different than yours does
Yeah,
in
it
the
really does.
coloration, which is so strange.
Yeah, yours is that potato color, kind of. Yeah, I mean, it looks good, and it's classic New England style IPA appearance, but this one is definitely a lot brighter. Maybe not so. I don't know. My room is very bright right now with the window right here, the sun shining through, so
Mm.
it may be not quite as differentiated as it looks on camera, but it's definitely a little bit different for sure.
Yeah. Now, from what I remember having that one, I think that one kind of hit with like a bigger back end of bitterness. Uh, the one I'm drinking now from Fiden's is it's more of a moderate, just a flat out moderate bitterness.
This one is not. I mean, so it is bitter, and it's more bitter than some of the other, or most of the other juicy IPAs that I've had from Modest Man. But it's still very sweet up front with the tangerine, that candied sugar note, the pineapple. It's just a little bit more balanced, I guess, on the back end because there is a substantial bitterness to kind of cut through that sweetness. But it's not. I always hate, talking about bitterness. A lot of people, when they think bitterness, and if they are really opposed to like a traditional IPA, like your West Coast, like the bitter, resinous, grapefruit, pithy type notes, it's not really in that realm for me. It doesn't fall into that category. So if
Mm.
you don't like traditional IPAs, I think you might really enjoy this because it is a little bit more complex. You get the fruit and the tropical fruit, the sweetness. The bitterness on the back end is more just to balance out the sweet presentation that you're getting initially. So it's very balanced. The alcohol, there's no, I mean, no alcohol presence at all in mine.
No, yeah, not in this one either. I'd say the body feel on it, it seems to be a medium full. Carbonation, it's pretty spritzy in
It
mine.
does have a nice little, yeah, spritz to it, nice prickly carbonation. I would say the body is medium, but it's like for me, it's not getting towards heavy. It's like kind of right in the middle, like just a straight medium for me. Because I have had, I guess, since I moved up here, I've been drinking a lot of like the heavy double and then even like triple IPAs, which go to like, 10, 12%. So really this one, the body is not too heavy. Um, it does have like almost a creaminess to it
Hmm.
that you get with a lot of these IPAs. They don't add lactose or anything to it, but that flaked oat feel that you get with a lot of these type of IPAs, that it just has a super smooth mouthfeel and finish. It's slightly drying because of the 8.5, I guess, and maybe the hops. So it's inviting in that sense. You want to go right back in for another sip because it makes you thirsty.
Yeah, yeah, it's got a drying effect to the palate for sure. But yeah, it does have that kind of smooth pillowy mouthfeel to this one. I get a lot of like wheat hay like characteristics, but there is kind of a malt sweetness to it as well beyond that. Um, so like
Yeah,
a sweet bread, and I think that leans into that kind of citrus or sweet tangerine as well.
it has like an Italian sweetbread note in the middle of the sip. The what is it called? Panagothic pana. Oh, I haven't had it in years, but it's an Italian like sweetbread that has little pieces of dried fruit in it.
Sounds like we
It,
need to go to an Italian restaurant soon, Johnny.
it's really good. But yeah, it does have a nice like sweet bready note in the middle of the sip. Um, really, yeah. So nice malt backbone. The hops are nice. The finish is nice. The mouthfeel, the carbonation. I'm like, it's hitting all points for me.
Mm.
I'm not sure when this one was canned.
Yeah,
There's
mine
nothing.
was January 31st, so it's like what 2.5 months at this point.
Yeah, this is probably similar because I know it's at least a month and a half to yeah, because I moved up here
Yeah.
what the end of January and you gave it to me then, but there's nothing on the bottom of the can
Mm.
or on the label, so I have no idea. But it doesn't matter. It's amazing. It's definitely fresh enough to where it hasn't lost any of its kick. Um, this one is right up there. It's my favorite is obviously still the most beautifulest thing in this world. That was just hands down the best New
Yeah,
England
I think
IPA I've
that one
had.
kind of the most beautifulest thing has like a lot of bright notes to
Yeah.
it.
Well, and I'm just so impressed that they can take a beer or a single hop, a Citra hop, and create that kind of depth of flavor and complexity in that type of beer with just the one hop variety. This has Galaxy Citra and the Mosaic in it, which is, I mean, it's excellent, but it's just there's something about the most beautiful thing that I really like. And then um, the pale ale that they make too, it's a beautiful thing, is also really up there. But
Yeah, Big Chris, it is a New England double IPA.
cheers to you, original Indianapolis Snow Queen, and Chris. Yes, so yeah, double IPA, New England juice bomb, as they say up here. Really good stuff. Uh Man, rating wise for me, I think I'm gonna go like 97.
You should have said it at
Oh,
the same time.
oh, sorry. You kind of broke up there for a second. I couldn't tell. You were frozen. Either that or I
Oh,
was frozen. It looked like you were though. Um, so yeah, 97. The only reason it doesn't get higher is because I think the other two Modest Man beers that I just mentioned are a little bit better. But
mm.
it's damn good and it's bordering on world class for what it is. So 97. What do you?
I'm at a 97 as well. I was thinking 97 when you said 97.
Oh, okay.
Um, and I have had the one that you have.
Right.
And I actually I think I like the Fiden's one a bit more, but it has had age on it. That's the other thing. I didn't have
Not
them
super
at the
fresh.
same time side by side. So some of the notes could have, like the bitterness that I mentioned, that one to me, when I had it like a couple months ago, it seemed like it was more in the, like it was just higher up there in the bitterness for me. And I was kind of like, because when I drink a New England IPA, I want it to be almost sweet throughout with kind of a more mild bitterness. So this one's coming off as it is right now, a bit sweeter. But the strangest thing is this one, they're brewed in different brewing facilities in different states.
Right.
They're using the same hops. I'm not sure if they're using the same exact malt profile or if one said I'm going to do mine with, hours. Like if Fiden's was like, I'm going to brew hours with the Eugene's Axe malt profile, but then just use the same hops. And if Modest Man did the same thing with the center of attention mega for theirs,
Right.
I'm trying to figure out, because there's a major difference in the appearance.
Definitely. Yeah.
Totally different. So, but they taste fairly similar. Based on, we're getting pretty much the same profiles out of the hops.
Right. Yeah, it'd be interesting to do, like an actual side by side and see, or like a blind taste challenge, and kind of see if you could tell a difference in which one you think is actually better. But either way, you slice it, you get either one of these renditions, the Modest Man brewed one or the Fiden's brewed one. You're looking at an amazing double IPA. And this is not in production anymore, correct? It was a very limited release, or are they still making it? Do you know?
Limited release, not still making it because it was a collaboration. So we'll see if they bring it around next year or not. But this is my only go with Fiden's. I had heard some things about Fiden's brewing from watching other YouTube beer review channels. But yeah, I looked them up. They seem to be making the styles of beers that I would really like to get into. They have, New England IPA thing going. They do have some luscious looking stouts as well, like those big old pastry type stouts and stuff going on. Triple IPAs and things. So higher ABV for a good portion of their beers, and they look nice. So this is my only way of getting Fiden's.
Right. Okay.
Was because of this collaboration with Modest Man. So
right. Yeah, we'll have to make a trip up to Modest Man. I went to the brewery. I know you've been before, so we'll have to plan a trip up there together. And that's a heck of a day right there. And then they're close to Branch and Blade, both in Keene. So that's a heck of a town for craft beer. They make some awesome stuff at both of those breweries. Oh man, a lot of people in the chat I've never seen before. Thanks for stopping by. I am a Braves fan. Original Indianapolis Snow Queen. Cheers to Brian Thrash Life. Hello. I have watched beer reviews from Scoggett. I'm subscribed to his channel. He does a good job on his channel, although he doesn't drink as many beers as he used to, and he's more into like the like clean living type thing with his cooking and all of that ever since he found out he was diabetic. Monster Baiter, thank you for moderating the comments, and cheers to Vanessa Kitty as well. And King of the Dot says the Notorious IPA, count me in. Yeah, awesome stuff. The Notorious, the Infamous, either one. If you could still get them in, I don't know where you live, King of the Dots, but chances are if you're not in the New England area, there's no shot that you're gonna be able to find these.
We've got a laugh track going on here too. So yeah, I know. I don't think you're gonna find any of this stuff anywhere. I'm pretty sure it's all gone at this point. Right. So
cheers to Josh. And I'm just gonna ignore some of these comments. We got some interesting ones today.
But, I think we got a fake BC there.
I don't think, I was gonna say there's no way that's the real BC. Some of these comments that are coming out. Anyway, we could go ahead and wrap this up. We've given our scores of these beers. Definitely recommend that or either one of these beers, the Fiden's version, the Modest Man version, 97 out of 100 on both ends. Awesome stuff. You can't go wrong with Modest Man. If you live up in Massachusetts, New Hampshire, go to your local package store, craft beer store, ask for Modest Man. They make some of the best juicy IPAs that you'll ever see.
And if you're in the Albany, New York area, or if you're in New York and you can get Fiden's, if you want to leave comments on any Fiden's that you may have had, because
absolutely, I'd be interested.
This is the only way that we've had anything from Fiden.
And
this is actually from Fiden, so I'm
right.
up
And
on John.
this is Fiden's collab. So yeah, I mean it's and Kentucky Fried Colored Guy. That's fun to say. I have reviewed Miller High Life, so you can go check that out if you're actually interested. And I don't believe that Scoggett was arrested for setting a forest fire, but you never know. And Josh says yes, he's had Fiden's. Yeah, I'd be interested to know which beers you've had from them, Josh. Okay. I'll wait a second if you want to type in like what beers you've had from Fiden's, and I'll give you a minute, and then we're gonna wrap this up.
Yeah. Speaking of the Braves, though, your first baseman there, he went over to the Dodgers.
Freddie Freeman, yeah. If it wasn't for him, we wouldn't have won the World Series this past year. So I don't know how I feel about that. Oh, look, drunken one in the house. Man.
Is that the real drunken one? We don't know.
I don't know because drunken one, you're a moderator in here. Why don't you do some moderating some of these comments, buddy? All right. Well, Eugene's Axe. There you go. So that's the beer that they
collabed with
for this beer.
Yep.
It's so Josh, you're tuning in late. So it says a collaboration of the Modest Man Mega and the Fiden's Eugene's Axe. So this has a lot of that Eugene's Axe flavor profile in it, since it's got a lot of the same hops and ingredients. It may actually be a straight cuvee. I'm not sure of those two beers. And Thrash says, I can moderate the O. Okay. All right. So
everything in moderation.
Everything in moderation, except moderation. Moderate the shit out of this chat because it needs it. Okay. So thank you to Bumpy for providing me with this beer. It was a nice housewarming gift, me moving up to the New England area. Many other beers he gave me as well, but this is one that was really special, and it was nice to hold on to it and get to do this with you. And both of the collaboration beers are winners. So if you ever run across one, which I doubt you will at this point, check it out. And that'll do it for this examination. 97 for the Fiden's and Modest Man collaboration, and the Modest Man and Fiden's collaboration, Infamous and the Notorious double IPAs, 8.5%. We'll see you here on the next one. That'll do it for this live stream, and hope everybody's having a great Tuesday. Till next time, everybody. Cheers.